mess with DMCA. Okay. Well, I guess we could just, yeah, let's just start now. Pretend we're starting over for YouTube here. Alright, so we have this spot here, 50% left in the field. It was a 1K, so which, you know, doesn't change anything in theory, but in practice definitely does, right? Maybe slightly better play than lower stakes. I mean, it's WPT gold, so it's still very soft, but yeah. So I 3-bet 10s here on, you know, hijack versus under the gun. With the intention of calling. First and all in, obviously, heads up. But big blind goes all in. They're going to be on a really tight range. They got to go through 2 people. So I think they have to be tighter than this guy. I'm guessing I called. I didn't write what I did, I don't think. Maybe I did. Let me see. Nope. Okay. I'm guess I would call this, just looking at it, but thinking I just want to see like how much our range differs versus this guy's all in compared to this guy. All right, we have a better sizing here. Let's load it for a minute. I'm gonna lag for a little bit. What was that? Hey, Seawin! Thank you for the raid. Appreciate you. Hope you had a good session on KKK Poker. Hell yeah, brother. I think I got the name right. Sorry if that was wrong. Shout out. Oh, wait. I guess that doesn't... I don't have any viewers yet. Maybe I do. Anyways. We just kind of got started. We're just doing a little studying. Oh, it's going to be lagging. Let me cancel this for a second. I don't know how good the... how much you can understand me there while that's running. Should be good now. Thank you for the raid. Hope the stream went well. We're gonna study here for another like 45 minutes, and then we're gonna play in maybe like an hour, something like that. It's getting a little bit in. Thanks for the raid. I'm gonna get back to it. But yeah, we got this spot here. Just checking, you know, what our range looks like versus this all-in, the cold 4-bet jam, compared to this guy, all-in heads up. Maybe we can even look at a multi-way spot if they, you know, big blind jams and under the gun calls. What does our range look like there? I feel like I'm not too. I'd probably have to think about the tightest range, which should be under the gun. Maybe jacks at the bottom, so maybe like our range multi-way, calling 2 all-ins is probably maybe queens, ace king suited. Maybe ace king off as well, actually. I don't know. Depends what this guy's range is. People do get it into loose here, though. I think at least on this site, way more often than they're too tight. But anyways, yeah, let me run the whole tree for just like a minute here. I'm gonna lag while I'm doing so. In the meantime, we can look for our spot here. So hijack 3-bets. We 3-bet. We're in the hijack. I 3-bet with 10s. kind of interested if it even has flat calls. It's a little longer. I thought this was like a 0 flat call spot. I know you can call on the cutoff and button here. Maybe, I guess hijack, maybe some as well. I would assume we don't 3-bet if our stack's in the middle position. Or I'm assuming we don't flat ever if our stack was 1 to the right. I don't know. Alright, that's enough with the tree. Let's just run our specific spot now. This is looking like it might take a while. Yeah, we're not going to run it for that long. 2 hours or whatever. That's probably not a good estimation either. We'll run it for like a minute or 2. I want to run it a little longer because I'm still surprised at how much flat calling there is. Oh, there we go. It's now tightening up a little bit. It's getting a little cleaner. Wonder what our risk premium is at this point. Hijack versus under the gun, right? 3.5. Kind of high considering half the field is still remaining. Alright, well, this spot is good to save. Alright, so 180 man, 50% left. Rethink flatting more at this depth from hijack. Yeah, I would have probably played like no flats here, and looks like it's pretty relevant. So looks like I'm not playing this spot as well as I could. Alright, so anyways, 10s. So it looks like it could jam. I mean, I could run it a little longer. Run it a little longer. Relatively clean though, I'd say. Alright. Okay, so looks like 10s could really do anything like I thought. Looks like call or 3-bet non-all-in are the most used actions. Surprised Jacks wants to jam as much as it does. I can't believe like we're playing Queen 10, Jack 10 suited here. Is that because this guy's on a big stack? Maybe he's opening really wide. I mean, he's not opening. He's definitely opening a little wide, but not that wide. Anyways, hijack 3 bets, which is us. We have 10s. Big blind goes all in. Alright, so let's run this spot for a little bit. Make sure it's somewhat accurate. Oh, that was quick. Okay, so what's going on here? Big blind should be jamming. Jacks plus ace king. Flatting ace queen for some reason. I mean, I would never flat. Still plus EV to jam, so I would definitely jam that. King Queen suited is close if you think hijack's bluffing either the correct amount or too much. Ace Jack suited, if you think they're bluffing too much, jam that. I mean, Ace Queen off is way too weak here. I probably would never jam that unless they're like crazy over bluffing. But even if like they have a high 3-bet stat here, like doesn't mean they're gonna 3-bet a shit ton versus under the gun. And maybe. I mean, it depends how high the percentage is. The higher it is, the more I would go a little wide here. Ace 5 suited, Ace 4 suited, fine if you think the guy is 3-betting a little too much. Probably unnecessary in practice most of the time. Jacks is worth a good amount. Probably never worth folding that. Tens, not worth enough. Even if you think they're over bluffing, it's worth about as much as Ace Queen off here in terms of like losing a similar amount of EV. Yeah, I don't know. They'd have to be pretty aggro, I think, to jam these. 4-bet jam from the big blind here. So we could look at what we're gonna call in theory, and then what we could look at what we're calling in practice. Because I don't think the big blind in practice is gonna jam like this. You never know how they're jamming, but I'm gonna make some more realistic assumptions and then see what that looks like. Alright, so let's big blind, big blind, big blind. What are we doing? Big blind, all in. Big blind's all in. Under the gun folds. Wait, what? Big blind's all in. Under the gun does not call. I don't want that. Okay, hijack call. Tens is now can fold, whereas heads up, under the gun raise, hijack 3-bets, under the gun 4-bet jams. We're always going with tens, right? Worth way more. So that was definitely kind of the point I was looking to make. It's like, how much tighter are we versus the cold 4-bet jam compared to the heads up one? Well, here we're folding 2.3%. Wait. Oh, did I just mess that up? Oh, I'm an idiot. Wait. Oh, no. I didn't mess it up, right? Big blind jams, under the gun folds. Wait, what? What is this? Oh, under the gun calls. No. Hijack 3-bets, big blind 4-bet jams. I feel like I'm having a brain fart right now. Big blind 4-bet jams. We're in the hijack. Okay, so we fold 2.7% versus the cold 4-bet jam. Let's duplicate it so we don't get confused again. Alright, so we have the same hand here in the second tab. Under the gun, hijack, 3-bets. Set up straight, you dumbass. Alright, under the gun, jams, right? Jam, hijack. So heads up, folding 2.3% versus the cold 4-bet jam from the big blind, we're folding 2.7. So we're folding a little bit more. What's the difference? Heads up, we can call some ace queen off. We call ace queen suited, heads up, but versus the cold 4-bet jam, we're folding. So that's interesting. I would have probably called ace queen suited there. Thinking it was the bottom. Understandably so, though, because big blind's range is looking like this. Oh, let's... I wonder if it changes if I change big blind to jam ace queen suited instead. Let's make it look like this. Okay, just a second. Flatten the ace queen suited, which is stupid. I don't think that happens. I mean, sometimes people just cold call, but not really looking to care. So even if I put ace queen suited in there, right, and king queen suited, ace 5, ace 4 suited are in there, and we're still folding ace queen suited. Barely, though. It's losing less now, which is interesting, because I added ace queen suited. I guess because it chops more? I don't know. But yeah, still folding. And we can fold 10s, pretty much. So now let's take this duplicated hand, right? And now let's give the big blind a more realistic all-in range. So let's never give him this. Or we'll give him like ace, you know, we'll give him ace 5 suited like 25% maybe. Every once in a while someone's like, I'm gonna shove it in there, I think he's bluffing. Yada yada. Alright, big blind, also jamming. Oh, jamming this. Let's give like ace jack suited 20%. Maybe that happens sometimes. I don't think people are jamming king queen suited there. Jamming aces. I think they're jamming jacks always. Let's give ace queen off like 20% because people are morons. I mean, it's not moronic, but I think that's an insane jam there, honestly. Alright, let's put how much weight do we want to put on 10s here? Where's the thing? How often is big blind gonna jam 10s in practice? Always? Sometimes? Never? I would say sometimes. How often? They ever jam 9s? Let's give 10s 50%. Let's give 9s like fucking 10%. We'll give ace 4 suited like no, never mind. Okay, okay, I think that's a little more realistic. Wait, I don't even want there to be a calling range. Let's get rid of that. Aw, just messed up my entire thing. Dang it. Oops. It's alright. We'll fix it in a jiffy. Alright. Sure. Alright. So let's assume this is more realistic of a big blind's jamming range. Now we're in the hijack. What is going on here? Oh, I didn't click the freaking arrow. Wow, I am just, must have lost a couple IQ points or something overnight. Alright, big blind all in, hijack. Alright, let's run this spot now. We're holding 2.7% versus the theoretical ranges versus these more practical ranges. Let's see if it goes up or down. So it's already going up, so we're holding more already. Oh, not much though. So in practice, we can fold the 10s. Okay. So pretty close spot. Yeah, losing a decent amount of money versus this more realistic range. Um, 180 man, 50% left. Had 10-10 here. Break even call in theory. Holding here versus more practical range. No king queen suited, ace 5 suited, ace 4 suited. Well, lower frequency, I guess. Threw in a little bit of 10-10 and 9-9 in there. Alright, oh, now let's have a fun one. I want to see this one. So, if under... Alright, so now we're in the same scenario, right? But now I want to see what our range looks like if this guy calls too. So let's see how tight we're going to be if that guy calls. So big blind, this is a theoretical spot. Alright. Big big blind 4-bet jams, under the gun. Oh wait, no. Big blinds. I keep forgetting to click the arrow. Under the gun calls. Okay, so under the gun. Let's load this here a little longer. So we're gonna look at under the gun's range here now. How that's looking. Alright, so ace king off, break even. Queens plus, ace king suited. Pretty understandable. Okay, yeah, so they call, right? Now we're in the hijack. Facing the cold 4-bet jam and a call. Queens are break even. Oh, let's load it a little longer. It might be already loaded fine enough, but just in case it's not. Oh, Queens is a little more in there now. Okay, so now our range, if this guy jams, we're sitting here. We should fold jacks, queens, pretty much break even. Ace king suited can fold, and it's not even close. Wow. That is a pretty big punch, calling ace king suited here. That's pretty wild. I would have put in ace king suited. You would have got me. Wait, what? Was I reading it wrong again? What was I just looking at? Under the gun calls. We're in the hijack. Wasn't Queens just in there a second ago? What was I looking at? Oh, I was looking at this tab. How did I change tabs? I click it, or maybe there's a keybind I don't know about. Okay, so this is what we were just looking at. This is in theory, pretty much. That's with big blind even having some of these like semi-bluff jams. Hijack or under the gun calls. So queens is break even in theory. In practice, hijack calls. Now we don't even call queens. Which is, you know, makes sense, right? Because it was much break even before. And now we gave the big blind tighter range. So obviously. Pretty crazy how much ace king suited is losing here. Well, let's try to, you know, understand why it's not as crazy. So under the gun's calling this range, right? They have queens plus ace king suited, not even all ace king off. So when we're responding, we want to call it tighter range than that. Slightly tighter, right? So they're calling 2.2%. We're calling 1.1. I would have figured it wasn't 50%, like, tighter. I would have thought maybe, like, 25% tighter. But, like, I don't know. I mean, that's losing a lot. Ace is worth 10. Ace King suited is like... Calling Ace King suited here is the equivalent to folding aces 1 out of 10 times. Which, when you put it that way, kind of sounds insane, right? Calling Ace King suited is losing about 10% of the EV of calling with aces. So, yeah, okay. And then in practice, it's even worse. Well, yeah, it's a little worse because aces is worth less now that the ranges are tighter. Alright. Let's keep going here. Let's move on. What do I want to screenshot for myself here? What threw me off the most? Probably this one. Spot. What was the stage of this tournament again? 50% left, right? That's what we ran it as. Okay. Oh yeah, I have it right here. Derp. Alright. Ace King suited, losing a surprising amount here. In theory. Folding Queen in practice versus more realistic big blind range. Okay. I think I looked at this hand as much as I want to. Went pretty in depth there, I would say, but relatively. We went somewhat in depth. Alright. Let's try to do one more thing, maybe. Then we'll maybe try to quickly review these tabs, and then we'll go offline for a little while and come back online with a delay and get to playing. What was I doing? This. Oh, I already have it open. Alright. What do we got here? Hopefully it's something I can do quickly. pretty good flop. I went for the raise. Seems good here. Seems like a good raise to me. I mean, he went kind of large at this depth, I would say, 60%. I think my min click size is good. Maybe it's not because of this board, but the bigger they raise, the smaller you should re-raise, and vice versa. So this is a pretty big sizing, so I don't think we really want to go much bigger than this. If we were shorter, maybe we'd jam. Maybe not with this specific hand, but... Anyways, I raise, they re-raise King Queen of Spades. Is that a good jam? Seems unnecessary. Might be fine. I don't really like having the King or Queen of Spades in my hand here, because that's what, like, I'm bluffing with. Like, maybe I have, like, I don't know. I'm really not bluffing that much for a big blind, or under the gun here. Especially when they go as large, but, I mean, you should bluff, but the earlier the position, the less you should bluff. That's pretty straightforward. I mean, I feel like, what would I bluff on the flop with a King or Queen of Spades? Maybe like King 8 of Spades? Maybe I'd bluff. Queen. Maybe like a Queen 7 of Spades? Maybe? So I'm not sure, I don't know. I'm not sure how good this jam is by them. Seems, you know, seems okay, but I'm not sure. So what do I want to look at here? Is it just their jam or what? My spot? I didn't really leave a note for myself, so I guess we'll check out their jam. Hey, what's up, Johnny? Hello, hello. About 30 effective. Hopefully I have a sim for this one, because I don't want to run any more hands today. I don't really have that much time. Should I save this hand? I didn't really run it that long. I guess. Let's save it. 180 man. 50% left. Maybe like 35 average. What's a short and easy way to say different stack sizes? Variable? Varied stacks? My alerts didn't work. Oh, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I think my dad has a similar problem. He's always telling me his alerts don't work. I didn't see that you went live. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just try turning off the alert and turn it back on. Not really sure. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, we saved this one. Okay. I think I have... Should have a sim that's pretty close already. Kind of. I mean, everybody's 30 here. Alright, so under the gun raises. Big blind. Looking like this. Pretty reasonable. What did we have again? King Jack suited. Easy call. Interesting jams here with some low suited ace-x. I thought Jack 10 suited would jam here, but maybe we're a little too deep. Okay. Probably too deep for that. Especially versus under the gun. Anyways. Big blind calls. And let's take flop. Let's take a flop. What is our flop? 10-3 of hearts. Jack of spades. I got some post-flop numbers saved already. They aren't the best, but they're okay for now. Let's run the entire tree for a second. It's gonna lag. You would've watched. I'm sorry. Can you tell me the stack size in tournament period? This is 50% left. I don't know. Can you hear me when I'm lagging? Because I know the stream's lagging when it's loading. Oh, you can? Good. 50% of the field remains, so we're about halfway through the tournament. I raised the flop here for under the gun, about 30 deep. I just min click it. I don't think we want to go too large unless jam is preferred, which I think we're a little too deep for that. So we click it, they jam. I want to see if their jam is good. I don't think it is because they block some of my bluffs, but I could be wrong. I guess we can also check my my play as well. Oh, so let's not wait too long there. So let's just give them one size. Bet like 60% on the flop, which is roughly the size I have there. I'm just gonna remove the small size. I mean, I could keep both, but then it's kind of... I mean, in practice, people probably use two sizings a lot of the time. I am not a fan, but I know a lot of people do that. Could just leave it the way it is, I guess. Big bet. Big blind. I have him raise smaller size. Can I just do 2x? Is that a thing? Oh, okay, good. Get rid of this sizing. Alright, let's run it again. Oh. do freeze, yeah. Yeah, I know. Just something you gotta deal with if you're gonna run HRC while streaming. So King Jack of Hearts is always raising, so that's good. It does do some jamming, which is a little surprising to me, just because we're like so deep. But I guess, I mean, it is one of those boards, Jack High suited, and he goes pretty big on the flop, so it's like making stacks effectively shorter. So I mean, it's not like mind blowing that we're jamming, but just slightly surprising. Four deuce hearts, it just likes calling. Generally, if you're gonna raise a flush draw, it wants to have like an overcard, to the board. So usually the worse the kicker, the better it is to raise. So like King Deuce of Hearts is gonna be a better like raise than like King 9. I mean, it wants to raise both, but like, I don't know. It's actually kind of hard. What does Queen 9 of Hearts want to do? Everything just wants to raise. Alright, so pretty much you want to have an overcard if you're going to raise your flush draw. Overcard or a combo draw. I thought we would slow play more combo draws here. A little surprised by that. Yeah, all the flush draws with undercards to the board, we are just calling. That's what the green color is, or whatever color. This color is all in. You can see the colors on the top. This color is all in. This color is raise, not all in. Alright, we're kind of running out of time, so let me just take what I can get from here. So I want to play in 13 minutes, and I want to take a quick break, and I gotta turn off the stream and restart it with delay. So it might be like half an hour or so before I come back online. So yeah, I raised King Jack of Hearts, which seems good. Under the gun. Has King Queen of Spades. And I guess it's a fine jam. Okay. Sure. Ace Queen of Spades just calling. King Queen of Spades can call, can jam. Sure. Ace Jack suited's jam. Ace Jack is jamming. That's like the weakest value hand that's jamming. I would just jam queens always. Kings, with the heart. Seems like an okay slow play. Except with the spade as well. So if we have the spade as well, it wants to just jam. Probably unblocking bluffs, so they more likely have, like, value or something. Maybe that's why. For the most part, though, you can fast play kings and queens here without a flush draw. Well, kings without queens, I would just always. Aces. Even jamming quite a bit with aces. It's kind of surprising. I mean, it's a pretty tight spot, to be fair. Big blind versus under the gun. It's not like it's, we just get it in versus worse value a lot, I suppose. What was I gonna look at? Let's see if what happens if we remove the small bet size. See if anything changes. I should have duplicated the hand. That was stupid. Calling, my bad. So Jack 2 suited jams, Jack 3 suited, I mean. I think it liked... I didn't see what it wanted to do with Jack 3. I saw 10-3 jamming. I remember seeing that. I can check in a second. Running kinda low on time though now. Got 9 minutes before $218 PKO starts on gold that I want to play. Don't really want to late reg it by much at all, if I can help it. Alright, big bet or checks. Alright, well, probably wouldn't check much here, but wants to a little bit. Just jam. King Jack plus. Yeah, still a lot of jamming. Oh, Jack 3 wants to jam too, surprisingly. 10-3 of spades doesn't mind raising not all in though, since we have the backdoor flush draw. Jack 10's just ripping it. Okay. Interesting. Lots more jamming than I thought. I mean, we were right to just not all in raise King Jack of Hearts, but I think my approach to this spot is not as good as it could be. Alright, yeah. Alright, let me go. I'll be back in probably like a half an hour. Be back online with the delay. Yeah, big blind under the gun. 4 deuce suited? Well, I mean, the big blind has 4 deuce. Hey, what's up, Fred? Alright, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back in a little while to play a session here. Thank you. Boop.